Hey everybody, my name is TJ Belasco. I had been a school teacher in the New Jersey public school system for 31 years. I spent my last 28 years teaching at Lower Cape May Regional High School. And last June, when I walked out of B5 for the final time, locking the door behind me, I really wanted to look at a way to keep my classroom alive. So recently I thought about reintroducing a program that I had started during COVID. I had wanted to do some kind of a podcast, and the idea was the mindful classroom. And this was a means to take the classroom beyond the four walls and sit down and have conversations, discussions, and just a chance to learn together. So the way that I want to look at this format this year is I'm going to post bi-weekly. So on Wednesdays, I will post a meditation. It'll be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And this is in honor of the morning meditations that I used to do with the teachers at Lower Cape May Regional. We would meet every Wednesday morning for a very brief, about 10-minute meditation just to get the day started on the right foot. I'll come back on Friday and talk about something I'm currently reading. Maybe it'll be a quote that's inspired me to think about something. Perhaps it'll be a book I'm currently reading that's got me thinking and got me wanting to delve a little deeper than what's just right there on the page. So I'm shooting for twice a week, and who knows, maybe if this grows, it'll become something that I can talk to local people, conduct interviews, bring you their knowledge, and bring myself their knowledge. We can all learn together from these kind of experiences. Today I was struck by an idea which has been hindering me from doing this. And it was the idea that good is better than perfect. So you're gonna have to bear with me, warts and all, as this thing begins, because I'm gonna learn as I go. Learn film editing, learn flow, learn content, and as long as each episode gets a little bit better than the last episode, I'll be thrilled. So I'm gonna post this on my YouTube channel, and I'll also post it wherever you can hear podcasts. So Apple Music, Spotify, hopefully Audible, and we'll see where we go from there. So I hope you'll join me in this little journey we're going to take together. And I look forward to any feedback on ways that I can improve. So with that in mind, I thought today that I would share something that comes from a book that I try to read one story a day, Zen, the Zen Monkey and the Lotus Flower, and it's just 52 little stories. So you can read one story a week and really think about it through the week. So the story I want to share with you today is called The Gardens of Samye, A Journey to Inner Clarity. A young man named Dawa lived in a small village near Samye Monastery, the first Buddhist monastery in Tibet. Although Dawa lived near the monastery, he always felt confused and restless. The questions of life oppressed him, and despite all his efforts, he could not see a clear path ahead. One day, in desperation, he set out for the Samye Monastery. There, he met an old monk who worked in the garden of the monastery. The monk was known for his wisdom and his calm nature. Dawa shared his worries and fears with the monk, and he asked him for help. The monk smiled and led Dawa through the beautiful gardens of Samye. He showed him the diverse plants that grew there, some in full bloom, others just beginning to grow. You see, Dawa, said the monk, every plant in this garden has its own time to grow and bloom. It's the same with us, human beings. Our realizations and growths do not come all at once, but step by step, like a bud that opens slowly. He led Dawa to a quiet corner of the garden where a clear spring flowed into a small pond. The monk said, "Your mind is like the water. When it's turbulent, you cannot see clearly. But when it's still and calm, everything becomes clear." Dawa spent the following weeks in the garden meditating and helping the monk tend the plants. Over time, his mind became calmer and his questions began to dissipate. He understood that the path to inner clarity is not achieved by constant searching and questioning, but by quieting the mind and being patient. Thus, Dawa found his way to inner clarity in the gardens of Samye. And although he went back to the village, he took the garden with him in his heart, a place of peace and clarity to which he could return in moments of confusion and doubt. And as I look at that story, it reminds me that I think sometimes the harder I push to learn, the harder I push for insight, the further away it gets. And what I have to do is return to those quiet moments, those times when I can just sit back and listen to what the world's trying to tell me. I had one of those moments this morning. It's when the world slowed down and told me, don't worry about being perfect. In fact, you're never going to be perfect. Just be good. And if every day you're a little bit better than the day before, then you're doing fantastic. And in fact, some days you might even take a step backward. But as long as you get up every morning, pushing further forward, you're eventually going to make progress down the path. So I look forward to sharing this journey with you and welcoming you to the Mindful Classroom. I'll see you on Wednesday. We can sit down for a brief meditation. Take care, my friends.